Listen again on the hour when Tipperillo, both regular and menthol, brings you NBC Radio News.
Largest selections and special holiday price reductions. These two outstanding features make Fleischer's Jewelers of Maryland your complete Christmas gift headquarters. Here are just three of Fleischer's many holiday specials. A beautiful four-piece silver plate coffee service, now only $29.95. An unmatched stock of gold and sterling silver charms at new record low prices. And a deluxe four-piece buffet set with a 13.5-inch early American pre-cut silver crystal platter and large pastry server, serving fork and spoon, and Rogers silver plate. A $10 value, now only $4.99. Fleischer's is famous for its complete inventories of china, jewelry, crystal, silver, and watches, including Washington's largest selections of exquisite diamonds and pearls. So, for those perfect gifts that will be treasured year-round for years to come, shop Fleischer's Jewelers of Maryland, now at one large location on Queens Chapel Road in the Queenstown Shopping Center, Hyattsville, open through Christmas Eve until 9 p.m. WRC NBC Radio in the nation's capital. Back to the Joy Boys in the lobby in a few moments.
Hey, Fred, see that apartment across the street with the young chick in the window?
Yeah?
That's the executive suite of John Cleves and Company.
It is? Then what's with the girl?
She lives there permanently.
In the executive suite? Is that what you call big business?
No, pal, that's funny business. And you find it all in Warner Brothers' new motion picture any Wednesday, color by Technicolor. Hey, where you going? To the movie?
Not now, later. I'm going to get a job with John Cleves and Company.
It's the hit of the holiday season, opening Friday at Lowe's Palace Theater, 13th and F Streets Northwest. Special low evening parking rates at the Capitol Garage. See this funny motion picture. To the Dollhouse after this from Woodward and Lothrop. Last-minute shoppers, convenient store hours for you at Woodward and Lothrop. All stores open evenings this week, Monday through Friday, at Woodward and Lothrop, the Christmas store.
All right, happy minstrels, on with the show.
Thank you. Ooh, I got some all over me. Welcome back to hour number 2 of our show. Good heavens, who do I hear but the wondering sound of a tiny reindeer? It's Batman and Robin. How do you... Welcome back to hour number 2 from the studio that's known as the lobby here. Today the lobby, tomorrow the street. The Joy Boys will end up in it. We're so glad our friends could come by. And you all love our show, don't you? It's nice to be cheered on by a bunch of finks. Mabel Fink is here. Edward, my partner, is standing knee-deep in radio announcer over there, and he's going to talk to a couple of guys who brought us some money down to show you that the radio industry is not made up of all thugs like a lot of people suspected. Here he is, interviewing Alan Thug, my partner, Ed Walker. Ed?
Now listen, you thugs. The way you do it is how now, brown cow. All right, now let's hear it in your deepest tones.
Oh, no.
How now, brown cow?
That's it, you're hired.
That's
All right,
pretty good.
terrific. Now we have some fellas here from the National Academy of Broadcasting, and you all are young, aspiring radio announcers, and I thought after watching us you'd learn to go straight. You want to introduce yourselves here?
John Calor.
John Calor.
Right.
That's a very fine drink. Oh, that's something else. And your name?
Rick Thuma.
Rick Thuma.
Thuma.
All right. Who else we got?
Mike Swanson.
Mike Swanson. Are you from Minnesota?
No, I'm not,
You're
unfortunately.
going to get a job at one of those stations playing polkas all
Maybe
day.
I should.
Yeah, that's terrific. Now,
Possible.
when do you guys finish your course at NAB?
Well, we finished tonight. One class. We had another class is continuing on.
I talked to one of your teachers over there, Mr. Clark.
Oh, yeah.
He told me you guys were finished before you started. I don't want to say anything.
We're all through.
Yeah. Now, you have an envelope here, and you said there's some cash in there for the dollhouse, right?
Real cash. Made it up today down at school.
Well, we
Running it
certainly...
up and-
We certainly, it's a little wet, I can see that. But we certainly want to thank you guys for coming by, and best of luck. And I'm sure that pretty soon we're going to be hearing these three men. And on us, I hope it's not this station, because then where would I be? But anyway, huh?
Well, Mike here got a job just today down at Union Station announcing
Yeah,
trains.
Oh, that's terrific. Well, that's fun, as long as it's not the Greyhound, because that's where I work on weekends. So thank you very much. Merry Christmas, fellas, and thanks a lot. Okay, Willard, what do you got?
Where are you, Willard?
I'm right over here. Willard Scott over here, friends, and I want to read a little note that says, "Dear, this came in special delivery. It says, we represent the Eggplant Society of America. We are 100,000 strong." Phew-wee. Anyways, we are members of the Eggplant Society, and if we don't hear the Eggplant song, we're going to come on to the studio and devour the entire building. Melvin Morris, he made up code, didn't he, Mr. Morris? You've heard of the famous Morse code?
I think they were with us Monday night.
Yes, they were. They weren't with us. They were against us Monday night. I want to... Good heavens, whose stomach was that? My, quit eating lasagna while we're on the air. I want you to meet a couple of other people before we play some music. You've been standing over here for 3 years. What'd you say your name was?
Duncan Laws.
Duncan Laws. My goodness, old Drunken Laws. How nice to have you with us. How old are you, Mr. Drunken Laws?
12.
You're a fine, handsome man. Where's your daddy?
He's probably at home now.
Who brought you here tonight?
My friend's father.
Where's he? Where's your father?
He's over there by the elevator.
Passed out. I was face down on the elevator floor there. The face on the elevator floor. We saw him a minute ago, and he was so nice and talked to us, and I liked the way he hit Eddie in the mouth. That was wonderful, showing how much he loves and cares for us all. For it is nice to know that you are cared for. In this world, it is cruel and sometimes unkindly, and there are times when a man does not feel like he's all by himself. To know that we have two big slobs like you to come by and...
Gee, thanks.
Oh, you didn't have to say that. Have you seen Santa?
Yeah.
Well, tell us where he is. He hasn't been here for an hour. We've missed him. Did you tell him what you want for Christmas?
Not yet.
What do you want for Christmas? Just between us. Nobody listens to this show. I understand. So it's just, and he's asleep over there. So what do you want for Christmas?
A chem lab with a dissecting kit.
Oh, a dissecting kit?
Yeah.
What are you going to do? You mean come by here in the studio one of these days and bring all those... Huh? We're going to destroy the neighborhood, completely devour the entire neighborhood. I think that's a good toy. Not a toy, that's an educational instrument. What do you want for Christmas?
Money.
Good. Well, there's a whole bowl of it. Get your hands out of our money bowl. There's nothing like money. That's an old-fashioned Christmas, isn't it? Have you all decorated your tree yet, or did you wait till Christmas Eve to do that?
Putting ours up tonight.
Good.
We've already got ours up.
We put ours up last week, too. I love a Christmas tree. Thanks for coming over. I want to meet two little girls, and we'll play some music. You ladies.
Before you play any music.
Oh, all right. We'll sell something. Would you like to sell something? Have you ever read a commercial on the radio? Who would like to read a commercial on the radio?
I
No, I'm going to save these two girls for the quiz. Here's a fellow right up front and center. We haven't done this in a long time. Eddie, would you whistle something old and familiar while I find a commercial? Will you, Edward? I've got to get something.
Something old and familiar, huh?
Oh,
Let's
I got
see.
it here. Wait a minute.
Yeah. Oh. Is that the right key?
That's all right. I found it. Okay. What's your name, sir?
Dick Flynn.
Who?
Dick Flynn.
Dick Flynn? Have you ever? Yeah. I don't believe that, do you? Have you ever read a commercial on the radio before in your life?
No.
Good, because if the union's listening, that's
he's
okay.
really Bob
Everybody's allowed a
Rayford, I
one-time
know.
shot for nothing. You hold the microphone and read it slow and full of meaning, and let's all knock it off here in the studio while we listen to this fine young man read his commercial and probably take our job. All right, go ahead.
Rockmont Chevrolet. 10 seconds. Over hill, over dale.
Wait a minute. You don't read 10 seconds, Rockmont Chevrolet. You just read the part that says over hill, over dale. Okay?
10 seconds.
Forget the 10 seconds. We never bother with it.
Why not? Over hill, over dale, you can hit the Rockmont Trail by heading to 110 North Washington Street, home of the deal that carries the seal of customer satisfaction. That's a lot.
What are you laughing at?
This phony ad.
Listen to that.
Is that it?
That's
No.
it.
Habits are hard to break, but those who
Wait a minute, you're supposed to read one of them. There's three of them there. Huh? Now, wait a minute, I want to ask this kid a question. You just read a commercial for Rockmont Chevrolet, right?
Wrong.
What kind of car does your daddy drive?
Chevrolet.
Well, didn't that work?
Oh, my father drives a Volkswagen.
Yeah,
My mother drives a Chevrolet.
that's the ladies always know best.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. We got Volkswagen on the show too, don't we, Eddie?
Yes.
Smart family. Thank you very much. Now let's meet the young ladies. What's your name?
Susie.
Susie, have you seen Santa Claus yet?
No.
You're just a little kid, aren't you? How old are you?
7.
What do you want for Christmas?
A guitar.
A real one? You mean one that really plays like they have on television? The electric guitar, or just a guitar, like they plug in the wall, like the Beatles play, or just any guitar you can strap over your shoulder?
Yeah.
Good for you. What's your name, you old pretty thing?
Jane Thomas.
Jane Thomas? Have you seen Santa yet?
No.
How old are you?
10.
You go to school, don't you?
Yes.
Why aren't you there tonight?
Because there's no school tonight.
Well, that's no excuse. If you were an ambitious girl, you'd sit in school 24 hours a day. Get smart. Do you realize if you went to school every day, 24 hours, if you lived in school and never went home, you could graduate from college when you were 8 years old?
So
you'd be... That's a good question. So, what do you want for Christmas?
an auto harp.
Who's a what?
An auto harp.
An auto harp. What's that? I don't know what that is.
It's an instrument.
What, you mean you put it on your car, an auto harp?
No. You like
Too young. You're too young to drive.
You don't drive it.
You drive an auto harp?
I don't know. It's a
Well, that's a pretty stupid thing to want for Christmas if you don't know what it sounds like.
I just want it. It sounds pretty. I just want it.
I know it, yeah. It's a very nice instrument. Whew. Well, listen, we better get back to the studio for some music, because otherwise, would you like to hear some pretty Christmas music? Why don't you tune in WWDC, because we haven't got any on. Oh, yes, we do. We're going to play some for you right now if somebody will wake up the engineer. Arthur? Arthur?
Well, we got it there. That's Do You Hear What I Hear? Willard, if you stay away from that speaker, we can leave the speaker on. So when you do your dollhouse quiz, could you move out a little bit? Okay. Do You Hear What I Hear? Done there by the new Christie Minstrels at 19 and a half minutes after 9. This is the time for the family to get together, a special time when personal relationships, unnoticed or sort of taken for granted all year, seem to mean more. Well, the Washington Evening and Sunday Star is a family newspaper. It is designed around family activities, family interests, family life. Feature after feature in the Star has this objective. These daily columns on health and articles on homemaking, interior decoration, flower arrangement, all these things. The Star means home. In fact, a little bit of home to hundreds of thousands of Washingtonians. That's why the longer a family lives in the Washington area, the more likely they are to have the Star home delivered. So, I'm sure you will enjoy doing that too, because it's always delivered by a local neighborhood newsboy, probably somebody you know. So we say best wishes for an old-fashioned family-style Christmas from the newspaper that's been a family institution for over 100 years, the Evening and the Sunday Star. We're at the Dollhouse here at WRC in Washington. Come on over and see us. We'll be here till 10:30. Right now, it's coming up to 21 minutes after 9 o'clock. We want you to meet somebody right now. Who is that, Arthur?
Natalie Wood as Penelope, pilfering by day, filchy by night.
From her husband, the bank president, $60,000.
From her psychiatrist, the nut,
His sanity.
from her private detective, the pincher,
His badge.
and from all her friends,
All their jewelry. Catch Natalie Wood as Penelope in color from MGM.
Oh, that's Penelope. Be sure to see it, and it starts Friday at the Allen, the Bethesda, the Reed, and the State Theater. No, actually, that's Penelope. I know that. I didn't. Penelope, that's something you'd have for breakfast in the summer, like honeydew. All right, Willard, are you ready to play Dollhouse Quiz now? I say there.
Hello there.
You
Good
ready?
evening. Welcome
We're
backstage
waiting for
here.
you. Come in and...
What Ed Walker doesn't know is the building's on fire. We're all leaving him here inside. Right now, I want you to meet some lovely people. We have a young lady, and your name is?
Sue O'Ringle.
Sue has been around for a couple of weeks waiting in the lobby. She came in November 31st to be on our show, and she's a little hungry, so we're going to let her answer some questions and go home. Who's your girlfriend over here?
Let her speak.
Let her speak, all right? Oh, hi there. What's your name?
Diane Grobman.
You're dying to what?
Diane Grobman.
Well, happy holidays. We were so glad you could come by and be on our show.
Thank you.
And you have your mother with you to help you with the quiz.
It's not my
mother.
It's not your
my mother.
Oh, it's your mother.
Yes.
I don't think either one of them wants you. That's terrible, isn't it?
I'm willing to take both of them.
Passing the buck, but not the mother.
Yeah,
What's
right.
your name?
Bernice Grobman.
Bernice, happy holidays. We're so glad you could
Thank
come
you.
by.
Lots of fun down here.
Well, we're delighted, and we thought we'd have some fun and play a little quiz game. As you know, Dollhouse Quiz is a very simple game to play. Congratulations, shake hands, come out fighting, and get your tennis sneakers off, because this is
I
a
feel
high-class
like a referee in the middle here.
Well, you may have to help them on a couple of answers to these questions, okay?
They're bright girls.
I'm sure they are, but there may be one or two things they'll need, some pointers from somebody who knows, who really cares, and I love both of you, but I'm going to leave you because your mother's beautiful, so goodbye.
It's not my mother.
They don't, I tell you, these kids are trying to get rid of you. Okay, remember now, for each answer that you give us correctly, you will get nothing. But if you answer all three questions correctly, I will reach in my pocket, and I have a wallet. I had a wallet back here. All right, lock the doors. Nobody leaves. I had my wallets lifted. One of you guys got to come around my wallet. Now, where is it? Now, I'll give you $1 if you answer all three questions correctly. If, on the other hand, you answer none of the questions correctly, you have to give $3 to the dollhouse. For each question you answer, I don't even know where we are. I'll tell you about the rules later. Okay, now here's the first question. Goldie Ahern owns a fine restaurant in Washington. Diamond Jim Brady was a big spender, so they tell us. Who is the lady known as the hostess with the mostest, and who's known as a party giver in Washington to give all kinds of parties? Also, her name is a jewel.
Pearl Mesta.
Hey, nice. Let's hear it for the Pearl Mesta crowd. Come on, gang, let's hear it. Applaud themselves, isn't it? Okay, now this is a trick question, so get your trick knee out and let's go. A duke's wife is called a Duchess. A lord's wife is called a lady. All right, now for our $1 question, what was the czar's wife called?
Tsarina.
No, it's Sardina. Oh, yeah, you're right. A czarina is what they put in cans. All right, now here is the one that somebody may debate, but I think the question is pretty obvious. We all know that the Ohio River is one of the most beautiful rivers in America. It flows through the state of Indiana and it flows through the state of Ohio. Where does its headwaters begin? In what large city in Pennsylvania does the Ohio River begin? You've got to know this.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh is right. They're jumping, I'm crying, their mother's leaving. Hold the microphone. I'll reach in my pocket and I will whip out $1. Just don't leave. It's a short cord. Here you go. $1. You paid me $3. Here's, wait a minute, that's a 20.
I'll take it.
That's the only 20 I got.
I'll sell you the mic.
I lifted that from the dollhouse over here. There's $1. Now you could either take that $1 home with you and blow it on anything you want, or you can give it to the dollhouse and do the honorable thing. Now I will be more than that's a real $1. There's a picture of General Sarnoff on the front of it. I know it's good. I made it myself. All right. All right. Thank you. Congratulations. And I'm sorry you lost. I mean, I lost. I wanted to meet some other people for a second. Edward's over there trying to get Berlin. Hello, hello, hello. Come in. Eddie just got the Titanic on that headset. I think we're in trouble.
Hello there. Yeah, I was noticing, Willard, that somebody that, somebody that won $1 in your quiz just tried to sneak out without putting that $1 in the dollhouse. And you know what we do to them, don't you? Come on back here, Arthur. There we go. Nobody gets out of here. That's enough, Art. Goodbye.
Shot him right in their wallet. Are we still on? Did he blow?
No,
Jeff,
they just called the health department, I think it was, took the show off the air about 10 minutes ago, and they could...
Yeah, most radio shows have to go through the Federal Communications Commission. This program is not licensed, renewed through the health department once a month. I want to...
We got to sell one more thing.
Go ahead and sell something. No,
right.
this lady just left, so it's all right anyway. She was looking for Meet the Press.
I'd like to have a word here about RCA Victor, Will, if
go
you ahead, don't mind.
That's a terrific imitation. Isn't that a great imitation? Listen to this.
Quality is hard to define, but easy to recognize. In stereo phonographs, quality is easy to recognize by the name RCA Victor. For example, the exquisite new RCA Victor stereo called the Finlandia. It features a solid-state amplifier with 300 watts of peak power, plus an airtight 8-speaker sound system for realism that rivals the concert hall. See and hear fine quality stereo at your RCA Victor dealers this coming week.
And in the Arlington, Fairfax, Virginia area, your RCA Victor dealer is Little Nipper. Oh, no, Glebe Radio. That's where you go, Glebe Radio. All right, Willard, you wanted to do something there before I rudely interrupted you. Go right ahead.
Well, we just had some lovely people here. We have some lovely people here. You are lovely people here, aren't you? Here's one that's half here. What's your name?
Sarah Duffy.
Sarah Duffy, Merry Christmas.
Thank you.
You sure are a pretty thing. How you get so pretty? Take pills?
Yeah.
You got something, give me. Oh, do I need pills? I need pills for being pretty, losing weight, and growing hair.
Don't have enough.
The triple threat. Who? No, send some over when you get them. How old are you?
14.
Where do you go to school?
North Bethesda.
North Bethesda High School, right?
Junior high.
Junior high. Well, that's you graduate. What will you go to after you leave North Bethesda?
The dump. I don't know.
The dump in a Cadillac. Good heavens! You're not referring to the next school you'll go
yes.
to. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, please. Walter Johnson, he's a lovely fellow. He was up here last month on the show. Yeah, doing a benefit. You will be going to high school, of course, next year, right? Because you'll be 15 years old and leave home and everything, run away. Right. Have you any special thing you want for Christmas this year?
No.
Nothing at all? Didn't you ask for anything?
Well, I asked for everything.
No, anything you figure the percentage is in your favor. Anything you get's all right. Well, you know, I've found more and more that people really don't have any preferences for Christmas. I wonder if that isn't a sign that maybe we have too much as it is.
That's right.
Because so many people really don't care what they get anymore for Christmas.
I know.
Well, I hope you have a nice Christmas. That's the important part. And you have made ours a lot merrier by coming by. And you're lovely, Mama. I assume you're Mama.
Yes, I am.
And your first name, Mama?
Sally.
Sally. Our little girl, second little girl's name's Sally.
Oh, how nice.
So you know I love the name Sally.
Yes.
Are they call you Sally or for short, or is that your real
No, my real name is Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah.
Yeah.
Our little girl's real name is Sally, and I makes everybody upset because I figure she should have another name.
Mm-hmm.
What have you put in for Christmas? Anything special? Or
Yes, a mink hat, and alligator shoes and bag, if you don't mind.
Oh, well, listen, I tell you, Mama knows what she wants.
Mama knows.
Well, Santa Claus is listening, and I'm sure Santa Claus will work.
I hope so.
I was down at Connecticut Avenue today, and I saw a couple of those mink hats. They are good looking, aren't they?
I think they're stunning.
And they're not that expensive. They're only, about $85, $90?
90, yes,
That's
110.
Well, if I could get one with a part in it, I'd wear it as a toque. A mink toque. Now, that's class, isn't it?
That is class. You can't go much better.
Even Jack Benny doesn't have a mink toque.
Right.
Well, that's
you wouldn't spend the money.
Our Chinese newscaster, Ming Toop, is standing by.
That's right. We'll be
I
back.
thought we might have somebody introduce Bryson. Who would like to introduce Bryson? Do we have any? You look, yeah. Here's a handsome man.
He'll do it.
Eddie, make a station break, and I'll give this gentleman over here a little lesson in. I think he's getting oil here.
Okay, we're the Joy Boys. We're up here in the lobby. We have another hour to go, and we hope you can stop by and see us at 4001 Nebraska Avenue Northwest. The main purpose, of course, the real purpose, to get contributions for our WRC dollhouse. This is WRC, NBC in Washington. All right, Willard, are you ready?
Now, with the news, here is Bryson Rash.
Good evening. Another fatal accident occurred tonight on the Washington Beltway. A 53-year-old man was killed while trying to cross the busy highway in dark clothing just at dusk. The victim has been identified as Roy Mason Walton of Franconia, Virginia. He was hit by a car and killed on the Beltway near the Van Dorn Street crossover in suburban Virginia. State police say no charges will be pressed against the driver of the car that struck Walton. Montgomery County Council members agreed today that the county income tax will be eliminated. However, the council members were not sure whether county residents will get a new tax of some kind to replace the old one. Several of the council members expressed the opinion that a graduated income tax might be an acceptable solution. The Department of Housing and Urban Development announced grants today totaling more than $145,000 to help two Northern Virginia groups to acquire land for parks and recreational purposes. One grant of $120,000 goes to the Northern Virginia Regional Park Authority in Fairfax County to buy 196 acres to expand Bull Run Regional Park. The other grant of more than $25,000 goes to the Fairfax County Park Authority to help buy 33 acres at a site known as Frying Pan Park. Travelers by the hundreds of thousands will be leaving the city in the next 24 hours. They'll be heading up and down the coast and to points west to spend the holiday weekend with family and friends. The bulk of the traveling will be done by car. Already, the crush has started. Tomorrow, according to the Automobile Association, there will be 65,000 cars leaving the Washington area. U.S. Marines clashed with a communist force in a heavy engagement in the northern part of Vietnam today, less than 24 hours before the scheduled start of the two-day Christmas truce. The U.S. command said the fighting continued for more than 5 hours and that the Marines were still receiving mortar fire later this morning. That is, Friday morning in Saigon time. In his traditional Christmas message to the world, Pope Paul VI prayed tonight that a miracle of goodwill will carry the Vietnam combatants from a brief holiday truce into full-scale talks to end the war. A similarly fervent appeal for an end to mounting strife came from the World Council of Churches in Geneva, representing Protestant and Orthodox denominations. The Soviet Union said today the situation is favorable for concluding a treaty to ban the further spread of nuclear weapons. The statement was contained in a lengthy assessment by the Soviet delegation to the UN General Assembly on the work of the 21st session, which ended on Tuesday. The weather report for the Washington area: some cloudiness with the lowest about 30 tonight. Friday, mostly cloudy with a high near 40 and snow likely in the late afternoon or night. Saturday, snow ending and rather cold. Probability of snow 10% tonight, 40% Friday, and 60% Friday night. At 9 o'clock, the Washington temperature was 38 degrees, the relative humidity 67%. There's the news. This is Bryson Rash reporting.
Sears is the Christmas store. Sears is the Christmas store. Toys, games, and treats galore. Toys, games, and treats galore. Sweaters and ink for you. Sweaters and ink for you. Cameras and jewelry. Cameras and jewelry. Music for caroling, caroling. Sears has everything, everything.
Say, if you've waited till now to do your Christmas shopping, you better hurry, hurry, hurry. Take action by visiting your nearby Sears store. Sears has everything for gift giving for the home, car, wardrobe, workshop, or child's playroom, with thousands of wonderful last-minute gifts to please everybody. Not another minute to lose, so make a beeline to Sears right now for last-minute gifts that have that well-planned look. Open every night until Christmas. Open this coming Saturday until 6. Sears.
Sears has everything.
WRC Radio, NBC in the nation's capital. Lots of noise in the lobby with the Joy Boys. Good music, too, for Christmas coming up in a few minutes. A word about America's I can't say America's number one. Well, yes, I can. America's number one givingest dealer, Henry Basic. The man who would love to give you a 1967 or 66 Oldsmobile. Well, unfortunately for you, he can't quite give it to you because he does have salesmen, mechanics, and the rent of the building to meet every month, so he's got to sell the cars. But you won't believe the prices. Unbelievable is the word for old Santa Claus Henry Basic. Selling 67 Oldsmobiles, brand new ones, at prices unbelievable. Also 66 Oldsmobiles. Excellent, brand new 66 Oldsmobiles, because Henry's overstocked, quite frankly. Bought more than he sold last year. You can get those at prices that are unheard of. A Vista Cruiser for $28.60, for instance. F-85s at $26.76. Good prices on great cars. Henry Basic wishes you and your family a wonderful holiday season, a very Merry Christmas in your merry Oldsmobile. 8521 George Avenue in the heart of Silver Spring. Now a word from Grand Union. Merry Christmas, too, from all of us to all of you. All of us at Grand Union. One of our Christmas week specials, USDA Grade A turkeys, 18 to 24 pounds, only 35 cents per pound. 12 to 18 pound turkeys, just 39 cents per pound. Don't forget, Grand Union stores will be closed at 6 p.m. Christmas Eve and will be closed all day Monday, the 26th, the day after Christmas. Once again, Merry Christmas from Grand Union. And now music on the Joy Boys.
Oh, thank you very much. We're back in business here on the old Night Watch at the old same old stand, friends. How are you? And we're gonna, we're gonna have another dollhouse quiz. Willard went out to the bank. He's been losing pretty regular here. It's like Las Vegas, you know. And it gets in your blood, and you can't help it. Tell you what we're gonna do. We want you to meet Penelope, or Penelope.
Meet Penelope.
Natalie Wood is Penelope.
Pilfering by day, filching by night. And look who she's stealing from.
Her husband, the bank president, Ian Bannon.
Her psychiatrist, the nut, Dick Shawn.
Her private detective, the pincher, Peter Falk.
Her professor, Jonathan Winters. Catch Penelope.
In color, from MGM.
Oh, that's it. I was looking at the change here. Got some more money. Starts tomorrow at the Allen, the Bethesda, the Reed, and the State Theaters. I hear some more. Hey, it's another one. Who's that from? Who's this from? Dollhouse? Who handed us that?
Jeff's lunch money.
Is that your... Did you put in a voucher today, Jeff? Is that what that... Is that what that is? We got all kind of money. Oh, that's delightful. Come on up and see us. We'll be here till 10:30. Willard are going to take over in just a minute after we have a bottle of Manischewitz.
Hello, my name is Sam Levine. I'm the one who always wishes you Aziz and Pesach. Right now, I'm appearing on Broadway in The Impossible Years. But I want to tell you something that puzzles me. Why do some people only bring out Manischewitz Concord wine when it's a holiday? Where is it written that you can't enjoy something delicious like Manischewitz Concord wine every day, holidays included? Now, Manischewitz is delicious any way you want to serve it. In fact, my father used to have it with seltzer. That way it's called a spritzer. But I like it on the rocks or straight. It doesn't matter any way you drink it, it's the greatest. So why not have some now? It may not be a holiday, but you could make it one. Come on, enjoy a glass of Manischewitz Concord wine with me. You'll smack your lips and say, that's Sam Levine. Man, oh, Manischewitz, he knows what he's talking about.
A specially sweetened product of Manischewitz Wine Company, New York, New York.
New York, New York. I want to acknowledge a contribution. I was hoping that the gentleman would be down here. I could interview him. But Willard, for the last several years, the National Forest Products Association and the Timber Engineering Company have been giving money to the Dollhouse in place of having their parties. And they've been doing this in honor of my dad, who used to work down there. And I just want to thank them publicly on the air for that. Mr. Holcomb and everybody that collected, they gave us $155 for the Dollhouse. And I publicly wanted to acknowledge that one on the air. Okay, Willard, what have you got for us out there?
I think that's wonderful. I echo your sentiments there. I've been around with you long enough to know that you mean that, and I also would like to express along with you a sincere appreciation. That's a fine honor, and they've always been very good, and especially with your dear father. We have some other people I want to get around here and see if we can talk to. This fella has had a big $5 bill in his hand for a long time, and before he either loses it or leaves with it, I'm going to get it from him. What's your name?
Barry McCarty.
I'm glad to meet you. Give me 5. You got a great thing. Oh, you did give me 5, too. 5. I meant 5 fingers. That's my way of shaking hands. How are you? I'm nice to meet you. If we keep this up, we'll have oil in about 3 minutes, I think. How old are you?
8, 9, 9.
No prompting, please. He knows how old he is. Where do you go to school?
Ascension Academy.
Oh, this is awful nice you come by. That's a good-looking camera. Have you taken some pictures of that tonight?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Will you take it back, have them developed, and send me a copy, okay?
Yeah.
Because I want to take this up to the boss. He doesn't believe anybody came by to see us. Okay? Thanks.
Okay.
Our mysterious boss, Zorro. Who are you?
Mike McCarty, his brother.
You're his brother.
Yeah,
Merry
unfortunately.
Christmas. Yeah. Fortunately, that's nice.
Unfortunately.
Oh, unfortunately. Is he every once in a while, would you refer to him as a bit of a fink?
You aren't kidding.
My brother's a rat fink.
Rat fink.
Mike.
That's what we like. Let's see you guys get in a fist fight right here in the studio, okay?
All right. Good luck.
Where's your daddy over here? Let's talk to him. Daddy, I think this is awful nice that you'd bring the boys by tonight.
We're certainly enjoying it very much. Thanks.
Have you finished all your Christmas shopping?
No, sir. I'm sorry I haven't.
Have you? You have asked the right question.
Have you really?
I have one gift to buy, and it's Arthur's downstairs. Eddie and I are going to buy something special for Arthur.
Well, it ought to be special, I think.
We're getting him at a job at TOP. I think he's ready for retirement. But you haven't bought, have you got anything?
Oh, yes, we're well on the way, but there are a couple of things to nail down yet.
Well, I know. It's amazing, isn't it? You keep, in November, you say to yourself, well, it's going to be easy this year. I'm going to limit it to one gift a person,
right,
and period. And today I figured out, man, I said, I got to go get some other things. I can't just give my wife, an old used Wilkie button. I got to get her something else.
Now's the time you say it'll be different next year.
That's right. You
we'll
figure,
start early next year.
And you forget to join the Christmas club, and same nervous shock. Well, happy holidays to you, and thanks for coming by and bringing the boys.
To you, many of us.
Thank you. Yeah, who's this man? Is this your other boy?
Yeah.
What's your name? Daniel Boone?
No, Patrick McCarty.
Well, bless your heart. How old are you?
9.
Have you seen Santa yet?
Yeah.
How is he? Is he all right?
Yeah.
Is his stomach slipping?
Yeah.
So's our rating. We need help desperately.
Because the bags are stomach.
Santa's an old bag. Yeah. better than being in the
A
bag.
couple pills in there too.
Oh well, you know, Santa's been on the Metro-Cal for lunch bunch all summer. You saw that guy sailing in.
Reject from the Metro-Cal for lunch bunch.
I think you're right.
No one can do everything right.
Nobody can accuse me of being on the Metro-Cal for lunch bunch, can they?
No.
Bonsai, Fatso, and hello there. Thanks a million for your. What's your name?
Bill Flynn.
Bill, thank you. The people are cramming money into my pocket. Look at this. Hey, what flew out of your wallet when you opened it?
I had $2 in here a day ago.
They're still.
I had $4.
Well, now you think.
Well, here goes another $1 to the.
We're making money. Listen, man, they're not making this much money in Las Vegas tonight, are they?
Well, can't have everything.
That's all right.
Most of them are losing. I want my other $2.
Let me see that dollar bill.
I
There's a picture of Ringo on it. You sure that's an American dollar? Thank you for your money.
You're welcome.
What do you want for Christmas?
I want a stereo record player, and I know I've got it.
Great. Where'd you find it? Under the bed?
No.
Uh-oh, well, we won't tell anyone.
Under a James Bond towel.
Well, you gotta get one of those too, huh? I've seen those. They're huge, aren't they?
Yes.
Big as he-
We have about 6 of them.
Oh, well, good. You can pay for the wall with them. Take out the rugs and sell them and use those for rugs on your floor. Is this your sister or your grandmother?
My sister.
Are you
No,
his-
it's my grandmother.
Grandma, how do you have shrunk up? Has Little Red Riding Hood or the Wolf been by to see you lately?
No.
New. What's your name?
Kathy Flynn.
Kathy Flynn, we're delighted you could come by and wish you a Merry Christmas. Have you seen Santa Claus yet?
Yes.
How is he? Is he all right?
He's fake.
He is fake? Santa, wait a minute.
No, he isn't.
No.
He's direct from the North Pole. You can tell.
That's right.
He's still shivering.
Now listen, I think he's done a wonderful job. You know why? Because he's actually not Santa Claus. He's a reindeer, and we put a costume on him. I think for a reindeer, he's not a bad Santa Claus, is he?
There's only one problem with me. I'm
that?
Jewish.
Well, we wish you happy belated Hanukkah. That's right. Listen, in this world today, being Jewish is not a problem.
I know.
Happy holidays. We're glad to have you with us. Edward, would you take over?
Okay, that's a mighty sharp people. Once again, I echo your sentiments. You got to watch these kids. They'll all have our jobs here in no time at all. We're going to have a little word here now about the fantabulous Expo 67.
Come one, come all, come one and all, to Expo 67 Montreal.
Yes, sirree, it'll be the most fantastic world exposition ever, Expo 67, and admission tickets are now available on sale at big savings. They make wonderful family Christmas gifts. Expo 67 bonus tickets are another happy idea. They're all you need for a day at the big show. Coupons for food, refreshments, and rides and special entertainment events. So get Expo 67 tickets and bonus tickets at banks, department stores, or American Express offices. And when you plan your trip, don't worry about accommodations in Montreal. Go ahead and sing it.
Come on!
As I say, don't worry about your accommodations in Montreal. They're guaranteed at government control rates by Legexpo, the official Expo 67 Accommodations Bureau. See you in Montreal, Canada next year. That's what we'll do. Let's have a little Christmas music, Arthur. How about old Dean Martin? He goes sing a song here. Prop him up. Let him sing something. All right, Dean, go ahead, Martin.
Let it snow.
Snow. Okay, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. That's Dean Martin. And I've come to one realization here, Willard, doing this show, that Art Semmig has got a bigger fan club than we do. I don't understand this, but everybody wants Semmig's autograph. I think they're bill collectors. They want him to sign something. Yeah, just a check. That's it. Okay, let's have a word about another motion picture, Arthur.
It's going to be a lovely funeral.